Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Alyssa. I talk about books, money, being back in Spain, and beauty stuff. If you're not new here, I'm glad you came back to listen to me ramble. Today, I'm going to be doing a book review of Alyssa Cole's A Duke by Default. As you know, I love Alyssa Cole. I'm obsessed with everything she writes, and I really love the Reluctant Royal series. So let's get started, guys. So, A Duke by Default is the second book in the Reluctant Royal series. We met our main character, Portia, in the first book. Princess by... crap, I always forget this. A Princess in Theory, yes. We met her in A Princess in Theory. She's Nettie's best friend, who is the main character. And Portia is a bit of a hot mess. She has a twin sister, and she's kind of like the mess-up twin, you know. Her sister does everything perfect. There's nothing she could do wrong, whereas Portia's just like a mess. She has a master. She's job top a lot, but can never find the thing that really works for her. And she comes from wealthy parents who are in the real estate / finance background. And they're like, you just need to come work for us. Stop playing around. You're getting too old, blah, blah, blah. And Portia, and like her last bit of like independence, I can do this. I did not waste my degree, whatever. I didn't waste my time. Decides to take up sword making in Scotland at this armory. She sees the fellowship, and so she moves across the pond to Scotland to work for this guy, Tavish, who is a sword maker. And, you know, it's your typical we shouldn't be together because power dynamics, but also kind of like hate to love trope. And you just kind of, you fall in love with the characters. Yeah. What I really, really loved about this series was, one, Scotland. I'm obsessed with Scotland. I'm going to Scotland this year, guys. I've been trying to go for like 7 years, and this is the year. I love Scotland so much, in the culture and the parallels between like the struggle for their independence and the struggle for Black independence in the US. And I've talked about this before. But I love the focus on Scottish culture, but also the focus on refugees, immigration, Brexit. It covers all that because our main male hunk, he is half Chilean and half Scottish, and he's white passing. So he grew up like hearing people like talk crap about people of color and immigrants and refugees, not knowing he was one until they met his parents. And he was raised by his mom and his stepdad, and his stepdad is Jamaican. So, a Black Jamaican, I should say. So and his brother is biracial, and it's his stepfather's son. So you have that of being in a house, growing up around people of color and whatever, but walking in the world of white privilege and what that means, especially in the UK and in Scotland, and like language learning and finding your place or whatnot. But yeah, so I love the social commentary. Alyssa Cole does that so well in all of her books. One of Portia's main things, spoilers, okay, scroll through this, is that she has ADHD, and she's working through all of that during this process and tackling it, and finding out as an adult that like, no, like there is nothing wrong with her. Her brain just works differently, and now she has the tools and things to work through it, and it helps kind of mend the relationship with her sister and, you know, just improve all of her interpersonal relationships, but really the one with her twin. So I really like that. And in all this messiness, she discovers that Tavish is also a secret duke. And then that has tension in their relationship as well. And I love that. And spoilers. Okay, guys, spoilers are over. But yeah, it's nice seeing like a Black girl also be like a socialite and come from money, because we really don't see that. Like when we read about New York socialites, you think Gossip Girl, white girls, blah, blah, blah. So it was nice to have that like refreshing thing and see like what like the struggles that you normally read about white characters with like their parents' expectations and working in real estate or finance and having all these privileges. It being in the body of a Black person, but particularly a Black woman for me. It was also nice to have an interracial relationship with a man of color, because that is something that you normally don't get when you get Black women interracial. I know you're going to be like, okay, yeah, he looks like a white man on the cover. It's because he's white passing. So that was something that like surprised me. I was like, oh, what? Say what? Yeah. So tackling all of those things, and doing it so beautifully. I've said this before, but romance is one of those genres that kind of just like hooks you in with pretty people. But when you actually take the time to read it and explore the brilliant authors out there, it is so much on mental health, on survivorship, on personal finance, on pop culture, workplace issues, adult friendships, the realm of, online dating and tackling all of that, taking care of your parents at an older age, being bunkered down with student loan debt, just like the struggles of dating, like really specific, relatable things. It tackles all of that now. And I love that. And I loved, this was my favorite book in this series, because it was really personal to me because of one of Portia's struggles that she's working through and she discovers about herself. And I was going through that same thing. And if you read the book, you will know. And it was just like feeling seen. And it's an issue that is not talked about in women enough, especially in Black women. But yeah, so I really could relate to her and feeling like I was a hot mess all the time and getting the tools I needed to get my life together and seeing my experience being validated and normalized. It meant so much to me when I read this about 2 years ago, actually, now, because it came out in the summer of 2018, and this is 2020. And I recorded a review then, and I don't know what happened to the footage. It just disappeared. But yeah, I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. And if you have watched any of my review videos, you know that means that this book is in the holy grail, that I will reread this a bunch. I'm actually, as soon as I finish up reading Kat Cole's series, Miller Sister series, because I'm reading it for Black Love-a-thon, I am diving right back into this one because it's just, I love those characters so much. Sword Bae. They nicknamed Tavish Sword Bae on social media. That's another thing, because one of my jobs is in social media manager, and like looking, and that's what Portia is doing here, and looking at that and the power of social media and blogging. I just really related to Portia, y'all. I really did. More than I thought I would. And it's nice seeing like that aspect of tech, because I do consider social media as a part of tech, being included and seeing a Black woman dominate it. And then we have like our blurred and nerdy love and nerdiness going on in there too, and cosplay, and finding new ways to like help small business owners come into the 21st century and utilize social media for the good without losing their authenticity and losing their original brand. And that's what Portia was able to do for Tavish and the Armory and sword breaking, and bringing back this what seems like antiquated and far off thing and finding a niche and a market for it. And that's one of the things I really like doing when I work with businesses, is finding, if you're a small business owner, how can we keep your voice? How can we keep your brand? How can we elevate it and use social media to do that? So you still feel like it's yours and it's your baby and you're not losing it to people, but also meeting customers and finding new customers. So yeah. But yeah, I give this book 5 out of 5 stars. And you all should read it. It won't disappoint. I actually think it's on sale right now on Amazon. But if it's not, you should still buy it or check it out at your local library, because it is fantastic. It is so good. You won't be able to put it down. Yeah, if you have any other comments or questions, or if you read it, I want to know your thoughts. If you have any other suggestions like that with like women in tech, women in social media, blurs, hot Scottish men, particularly interracial ones, but I will take any, but I really like hot Scottish babies. Or even Black people in Scotland. I would like to read about that. If there's a romance about the Black experience in Scotland, drop it below. But enough of my rambling. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoy the review. Be sure to rate, like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you next time. Bye.